Now, it's time to answer a question submitted by you. Today's question comes from Abby. Abby asks, I am currently maxing out my Roth IRA and investing enough in my 401k to get my company match. Is the next goal to max out my 401k before putting money elsewhere? That's an interesting question, Abby. Thank you for asking. So, when it comes to your 401k, the current law in the United States has a ridiculously high limit as to how much you can put in your 401k every month, even a Roth 401k. And if you're maxing out your Roth IRA and getting your company match, well, you're putting a good bit into retirement. Now, the real question you need to be asking yourself isn't, should I continue putting more money into retirement, but am I at this point putting enough into my retirement? You want to look at your plan for retirement, how much you're contributing, how much you have in there, and how much you expect your retirement's going to be when you can access it. Current tax code dictates that you can't access your retirement money without penalty until 59 and a half. And the analysis of if you're putting aside enough is going to involve how much you're putting aside in Roth versus traditional assets, and if your safe withdrawal rate that you're planning for retirement in order to generate your income from your nest egg, whether or not that safe withdrawal rate is ever going to be exceeded by your required minimum distributions that will be applied to your traditional funds. Now, this sort of analysis, this sort of math is a statistical problem in a sense, because there's no such thing as a guaranteed rate of return when it comes to investing in the stock or bond market. And while I may cover this in a future episode for a main topic, subscribe if you don't want to miss when I cover that, I don't know if we're going to have time to cover everything that I'd like to talk about in this one answer. The long and short of it is you need to understand your retirement plan and if you're putting enough aside given all the varying facets of retirement planning. If you have a financial advisor or a financial coach, or you're looking for a financial coach, you want to figure out if you're putting aside enough. And what is enough for you? Is it going to help you retire with dignity and live out your hope-filled financial future, your dream for retirement? Beyond that point, putting more of your discretionary funds toward retirement may not be the best use of those funds. If your goal is to retire early, before you're 59 and a half, it could be a better use of your funds to invest in a taxable account or a bridge account that is not tax sheltered under retirement rules, so you can access it earlier. Then you can live off of that money for the time between when you retire early and 59 and a half when you access your actual retirement funds. And if you don't want to retire early, the question is, what matters most to you next? Or you might want to ask yourself where you are in the HopeFilled Financial footsteps. They're available on the HopeFilled Financial Coaching website, HopeFilledFinancial.com. On the homepage, you scroll down, there are 8 steps that I recommend for anyone and everyone to follow to attain their hope-filled financial future. Part of your retirement goal should be living completely debt-free and securing a roof over your head. So other good uses of money might be getting out of debt, or paying off your home if you have a mortgage, or saving up for a home down payment if you don't have a home yet. In summary, Abby, I'm going to recommend that you review if your retirement plan is on track for the retirement that you're dreaming of. And whether that's the case or not, refer to the HopeFilled Financial footsteps in order to figure out what your next big step is. And if you're at the very end, you've made it to step number 8, well, you get to do what you want with it. What matters most to you? It doesn't necessarily need to go into maxing out your 401k.